All right, so that was our introduction to AEW talk for the week. So we're gonna jump into a couple AEW segments. I have to because the show is built around WWE and AEW. So only a couple, as we're mostly doing Survivor Series today. But I'll just throw in a couple of segments from Dynamite just to even it out a little bit. But not much on Dynamite. But I will mention a couple scenes. So this one I want to mention is with Jay White and Hangman Page and the Death Riders. So the angle they had. So I guess we're kind of curious as to who Moxley's next opponent is going to be for the World Heavyweight title and all that. And then this is where we got some clues. So if you didn't watch our last show, the Full Gear review, Hangman Page came out to attack Jon Moxley and set up Christian to cash in his title shot, although Christian failed. But everyone's wanting to know why Hangman did that. So he came out to explain this. He took the microphone from Schiavone and sent him to the corner. So Tony Schiavone didn't. He was there to interview him, but Hangman just took the mic, which I know some wrestling old heads don't like when people do that. You just bury the announcer, but okay. Regardless, so Hangman Page had an explanation that was very interesting. He said somehow once Christian won, he was supposed to get a title shot, I think that in a roundabout way or something. So that was the deal he made with Christian. And then Jay White comes out and he, argues with Hangman. He's like, hey, I just beat you twice. If anyone's getting a title shot, it's me. So that's a weird thing that I'll criticize, that I've criticized about AEW, that I think they have too many clean finishes. And the fact that Hangman just lost clean twice to Jay White and now is going out there talking about how his goal is to win the World Heavyweight title, like, what the fuck? That doesn't make sense. But okay. So Jay White comes up and he's going to confront Hangman again, and this is when the Death Riders come out. So not too much detail on this, but I will say that Marina was here. She bashed Hangman Page with her briefcase, and then the good moment when Jay White came up to her from behind and he was going to give her the Blade Runner. And the crowd popped for that because she kind of deserves it, man. She's going around hitting all these guys. She's got to take it. If it was TNA, and TNA they do man-on-woman violence. They don't care. Like if you need to get kicked in the stomach, they'll do it in TNA. They'll kick a woman in the stomach. But anyways, this was just a tease. So Jon Moxley came from behind to take Jay White in the sleeper hold, and then Marina puts Jay White in like a little sleeper hold of her own with front face lock. It looks like. It looks a little. I didn't think that looked. It was an interesting idea to have Marina, beating up Jay White, but it didn't really look good. Like this, he looks like she's hugging him. It doesn't look like she's choking the shit out of him. But anyways, still a nice picture. I like that. I would frame that, put that up in my room. And there's Jay White completely. Yeah, Vlad in his comment on our YouTube post for Dynamite, our review post, he said, "God damn, Marina beat the shit out of Jay White." There he is. Anyways, so some reviews on this. What did we give it? Me and Robert gave this a thumbs up, so we kind of liked it. Or we liked it. I liked it. I don't know. I like the whole thing with Marina. And Hangman Page, I like that, he's trying to go for the title, even though he's lost clean and been buried lately. But okay, I still like his personality, his persona. And then Vlad, you gave this an indifferent, so you gave this a 0. You didn't give it any thumbs up. Also, no thumbs down, so that's a positive, I guess. But okay, I'll move the clock to 1 minute for this. So for the remaining topics, we got 1 minute on the clock. And let's start with Robert on this one. So Robert, you like this? Any comments you want to give about AEW Dynamite Death Riders angle for the week?
Oh, man. All right, so when Hangman Adam Page came out first talking about how he wants the title shot, I was thinking the same thing. That's ridiculous that he would ask for that after losing to Jay White a couple times, right? So, well, why do you get to even ask for that? I thought that was pretty ridiculous. So I'm glad Jay White came out, to bring up that point. Like, nah, man, you don't deserve it. I thought that was pretty cool. And I think this segment was probably just okay. I feel like maybe because how a couple weeks ago we were talking about grading on a curve. I'm thinking I did that for this segment because the majority of the show was basically just a tournament, right? Not much really happened except the tournament. So this is one of the few like actual angles that happened. So yeah, it wasn't bad, but it did help that pretty much the rest of the show was not much else happened pretty much. So yeah, that's it.
All right, Vlad, Mr. AEW hater. We got to mention to the audio podcast people that his background says AEW sucks, and he has been known for his criticism of AEW's logic and booking and everything. So, all right, Vlad, the wrestling expert. So you're not excited at all for Hangman and Jay White, maybe strange bedfellows, common enemies, bringing them together? Not doing anything for you there?
That's a good one, Ken. No, I mean, I had one thought as I was watching like this thing is like, who the hell are they pushing? Like, who is supposed to get over in this thing? Because the babyface, or you can even call them baby faces. I guess Adam Page and oh God, what the hell is his name?
Jay White. Jay White is the babyface. He's the man to push because he's been winning.
So he's the one that's pushed, but the only one that looked good during this whole thing is okay, and it's getting ridiculous at this point, is Maria Shafir. Like, it's getting to a point where I think they're going to put the title on her soon because she's the only one that deserves the title at this point. The way she just beating the shit out of every guy there. Now, I know they have her in like this, I guess I could compare it to like the China role in DX. But man, even China didn't beat the shit out of guys like this. Like, I don't remember her doing this. Like, I mean, I know she got some low blows on people during the Attitude Era, but man, Maria Shafir is just like beating the crap out of everybody, every guy, and not even mention every woman. It's getting to the point where it's absurd. Like, she's the only one that's getting over in this thing. So, no, I'm not looking forward to this. I don't think any of this is any good, and I don't think any of it makes any sense, and it's not interesting in the slightest. I didn't give it a thumbs down because I didn't think it embarrassed any. Well, maybe Jay White should be a little embarrassed, but other than that, it wasn't embarrassing, to the business. But it wasn't exciting either, and the only person that, like I said, that got over is Maria Shafir.